we've made the notion of should and have to so normal that people actually don't know that they have agency. I had a conversation with a woman, high powered in her position, who kept saying, no, I have to take care of my mother. And I said, no, you actually don't. And she said, well, my siblings aren't going to do it. And I said, okay, but you don't have to. She said, well, who else is going to do it? I said, I don't know, but you don't have to. And it just would not click that I was saying. And then I went on, I said, no, you have a choice. And she said, no, I don't have a choice because nobody else is going to do it. And I said, I know this sounds crazy, but actually no one has to take care of your mother. You are choosing to take care of your mother because your siblings are not showing up in the way that you thought they would. And you have whatever anger and things you have around that. But just because they don't or won't or can't doesn't mean that you have to. So then the question becomes, are you going to? She said, yes. I said, why? She said, because it's my mother. And I said, tell me what that means to you. Well, she gave so much to me that I want to get. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're crystallizing the why. Does that make sense? And when we were done with the conversation, she said she felt like a weight had been lifted off of her simply by understanding why she was moving the way she was moving, why she was doing the acts that she was doing for her mother. How she felt about her siblings not chipping in was very different, separate from the love and the care and the want to make sure that her mother has a quality existence as much as possible at this time. The norm is I have to, I should do, I'm expected to. Who cares? That's not the point. That is not the point. That is a not fulfilling life. That is grueling to think that you don't have agency and you don't have choice. You do. You may not like the consequences of the choices. So now we're getting to the why. Well, I'm going to do this because there's a chance that if I don't, X, Y, and Z will happen. Although there's also a chance that if you don't, X, Y, and Z won't happen. But for you to know why you're doing it gives you a freeing and more fulfilling existence and confident, I might add, because you're not being led by the nose around this life by external forces. You're in control. You have agency. Well, some semblance of control. You understand what I mean? So let's veer away from what we should do, have to do, and are expected to do, and let's get crystal clear on why we will or why we're going to.